Hey y'all, Tracy here with Just Dig It Farms. Today we're going to start tackling the cottage gardens. Just so you have a good before and after, I'm going to walk you around the house and show you the gardens and what they look like right now. This was vinca that I had planted right here, which is an annual, and it's beautiful all throughout spring and summer. And then this last frost we had knocked it back and killed it. So I'm pulling it all out and getting ready to plant my violas and pansies right here. I usually don't do a lot of annuals in my gardens. I'll mostly just plant annuals in my containers, and then I have a few spots like right here at the entrance onto my porch into my front door where I like to have a lot of seasonal color. So I just have little pockets of annuals that I plant throughout my gardens. These are my limelight hydrangeas, which are paniculata hydrangeas, and they develop their blooms on the new wood, new growth. So really you can prune these hydrangeas any time of the year. It's really the best time to prune them is late winter and early spring, but it's okay to prune them in the fall as well. Now I do love the dried flower look in my garden that these limelight hydrangeas provide, and if you leave the blooms, it does make for a habitat for beneficial insects. But I just really want to get my garden just cleaned up and ready for spring. And these hydrangeas are pretty tall, and I don't want them to get any taller than this. So I'm going ahead and taking them down a pretty good bit, just so that next year when they start growing back out, they're not going to be taller than the roof of my porch. I've had these boxwoods in these containers here for a couple of years, and they're pretty root bound, and the back side of this one died, so they're looking bad. So I'm just gonna get these boxwoods out of these containers and start fresh and new and replant these pots. It was pretty hard to get these out of the containers. I couldn't do it, so I had to just wait for Jean to come help me. This is salvia with some weeds sticking up through it. And what I'm doing with all of my perennials pretty much is just cutting back this past summer's growth and just cutting it back to the ground and cleaning them up really well. These are little lime hydrangeas, and they're the same as the limelight. They bloom on new wood, so I'm going ahead and getting these cleaned up as well. Limelight hydrangeas can get 6 to 8 feet tall. The little lime hydrangeas are more along the lines of 4 to 5 feet tall, so they're a little bit smaller. I have a lot of really beautiful antique roses in the cottage gardens all around my house. Now, the best time to prune your repeat blooming roses is around mid-February. A good date to remember is Valentine's Day. Prune your roses on Valentine's Day. But right now what I'm doing is just a little cleanup pruning. I'm not doing a hard pruning, I'm just doing a cleanup. I'm going in and taking out anything that's dead and just kind of shaping it a little bit and cleaning them up a little bit so that when spring comes, they're going to be beautiful and ready to bloom. These are my old-fashioned garden chrysanthemums, and this one is Ryan's Pink, which is my favorite. It has pretty much finished blooming, so I'm just coming in and cleaning it up a little bit as well. I had 3 emerald green arborvitaes planted right here, and I'm having to dig them out and throw them away because they're pretty much dead. They did not do well at all through the drought, and I had a lot of health problems this past year, and I was not able to get out here and take care of everything and keep everything watered. So they are pretty much history. I lost a lot of the arborvitaes due to the drought. They are just not drought tolerant. My boxwoods suffered a lot too. You can see the die out here. This one took it really bad, but I'm seeing some new growth in there coming up, and late winter, early spring, I'm going to come in and cut all of my boxwoods, prune them pretty hard, and hopefully this will fill in. I'm going to give it a chance, but if it doesn't fill in and look good, I'll just dig it out and replace it.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car.
I've been so thankful for this pine forest this year that Gene planted for us right after we moved in. He planted all of these pine trees by hand, and this is the first year that I've actually got a harvest from it. I have been raking pine straw all fall and ended up with a lot of pine straw. I haven't had to buy any, which is such a blessing. It's so expensive.
That we only get one life. I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time. Driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Let's take a break and go shopping. I'm on my way home from spending a wonderful weekend with my mom, my brother, sister-in-law, and little nephew, Ethan. And I decided to stop by Petals from the Past because it's on my way home and because it's my favorite nursery in the world. And I need some more plants to go in the cottage garden. It is a gorgeous day out here today, so I thought I'd bring you guys along with me and we'll pick out some things to replace the plants that died in the cottage garden and maybe to add a few more things. Here in the South, college football is huge. It is huge, huge, huge. It's a big deal. The world stops and everybody gets in front of their TVs or goes to the game and watches the game. And today is the Alabama-Auburn game, which is a huge rivalry. Plus, it's Thanksgiving weekend and I knew nobody would be here. It is so quiet here, like there's only one other customer here. So I knew today would be a wonderful day just to come and take my time and enjoy this beautiful nursery and shop and get some plants. Look at these gorgeous camellias.
It doesn't happen too often.
Look, y'all, I ran into some friends here.
That's right.
Sharon and Terry. They're from Cleveland, Ohio.
Hello, everybody.
And y'all just
Coming
coming
here?
through.
Yeah, passing through.
We
We
can't stop and not see Petals from the Past.
Yeah.
You're the only people we really watch on YouTube. We just love it.
It was so fun to get to meet y'all.
Yeah, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was been
Have a
nice.
good rest of your day.
Yeah, you too.
Take care.
Isn't that cool? I love to run into people who watch us and just friends and followers.
You know, you learn so much.
You do.
You know, because when you're not familiar with all, not to mention all the plants that are here, but how to plant
Yeah, she's
them
the
and when to
gardener.
plant them
Okay.
and how to
Yeah.
take care of them in general. So
Yeah.
it's very informative as well as entertaining.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate y'all following
Thank
us.
you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A real star right here.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Well, y'all, I was hoping to be able to get all of those plants planted and finish up the cottage gardens and give you a little tour of what everything looks like after. But we have a freeze in our forecast for the next 3 days, so I'm going to hold off on planting until after that has passed. This weekend is supposed to warm back up, so I'll get them planted then. So y'all join me next week and we'll finish up the cottage gardens. God bless you. Have a wonderful week.